Alright, so Apocalypse of the Gods Chapter 19, this will be the conclusion of the Morgan versus Nezha fight. If you have not already, make sure to subscribe and drop a like on this video if you want to stay on this side of the Record of Ragnarok algorithm. Let's just jump right into it. So we're picking up obviously right where we left off with Nezha and Morgan like rushing each other for the final exchange. As Nezha's rushing toward her, Morgan says, "Nice. In that case, I'm showing off too," and she starts cracking her gauntlet. Right off rip, as she does this, the next panel is her just straight up getting punched in the face by Nezha. She doesn't react to it, doesn't defend against it, but when he connects, the arm that he punched her with withers away. Clearly in a lot of pain, he screams out. He punches again with another one of his fists, punches again, this time to the body. He just continues throwing punches at her. Yara is speechless. Ares says, "This barrage is this." And we see Hermes, who's thinking to himself, each strike, even though it contains enough power to destroy his own body, because of his regenerative abilities, he's able to keep up this barrage beyond what anyone could ever predict. He uses an attack called Shura Sahasrara Kala. We just see, explosions going off. It's really just like a gatling of attacks. We see Echidna now in the crowd, and she's having like a PTSD moment. She's shivering, sweating all over the place, rubbing the back of her neck. She's clearly uncomfortable. It's revealed that like she doesn't have one of her arms. Her left arm is gone. She's like gripping the remnants of it. And it cuts to like a small flashback of the finals of the all-women tournament for the title of Strongest Goddess. And they were fighting each other. The Morgan's real punch was not actually a unique ability. It was simply a ritual of Morgan's. Her full power was simply to completely abandon anything and everything else and like basically just commit to the punch. It's kind of reminiscent of Taesu Ma if you read Lookism. He just puts everything into his like right hand, his right fist. So that was what was flooding my mind as I read this. Now it did seem like, she was cracking her gauntlet even back then too. So I guess she just kind of keeps rebuilding it. Morgan was pushed to the brink. She was clearly damaged. She was pushed to use her real punch, and Echidna was slicing her up. And Nezha's thinking to himself, what is this? I'm the one completely overpowering her. But it's actually, like a split screen. They're both thinking the same thing. So it's like the flashback, Echidna's thinking this and Nezha's thinking this. And yet why do I feel like I can't possibly beat this woman? So this may be implying that Echidna and Nezha are actually just relative. They're both having a similar performance. They're both pulling out Morgan's true power. The narrator says that divine weapon, just like Morgan, possessed no special unique ability. Instead, it possessed a single undeniable strength. So it's just like a super hard gauntlet, apparently. She cracks it down to like its actual bare bones, man, and it just like forms around her fist. Pretty weird, you'd think that like a divine weapon is gonna have like some kind of cool ability. Hers is just, nah, I'm just beating your ass. And at this point, Nezha's like internal alert system's going crazy. It's saying limit break, threat level incalculable, and Nezha's saying shut up, shut up, shut up. He's still wanting to fight. He's lunging toward Morgan. He's like, I haven't lost yet. And right as he's like lunging toward her, 3 of his arms just completely crack. Like the power that's within his body is just like destroying him. Now to the point where he only has 1 leg left, falls out of the sky. Zeus says, Ares says he's hit his limit. That's kind of the consensus of everybody watching. His face is cracking like down through his eye. And Morgan is just like levitating at this point. And she's like, what's the matter? If you're ready, then come at me. I mean, this is where it gets good, isn't it? And that moment, like as Nezha's like in free fall, he clenches his fist and he says, that's right. His alert system's still going crazy, saying survival energy reserve 0, programming all red, battle continuance impossible. And he simply hears all this and he's like, and yet I don't want to lose this fight. Resolves himself, like flips back around through the air, lunges back toward Morgan with only 1 hand remaining. As the narrator says, this was clearly something without technique. It was simply a punch. His 1 arm remaining gets like super buffed. It's like a massive, it looks like a fucking Gear 3 Luffy punch almost. Morgan acknowledges this. She says, ha, seems like you've gotten a good deal more impressive. She goes to meet him in the middle, says, just like I thought, in a brawl, all that really matters is your fist. Cool panel here. Massive explosion in the arena. Narrator says, in that moment, that clash was born from both fighters, surpassing any and all intensity they've shown thus far. That tells me it's probably the strongest attack either of them have done, which is pretty crazy, especially for Nezha, given that like he's on death's door completely. Rips up the stage completely, like flies into the crowd. Like this was the most destructive fight. Like the crowd was getting eviscerated earlier. It's now going into like where Enmadiah is sitting, like a lot of the gods, Ku. You see Wukong's boys, like the rubble is all throughout the damn stands. Even Yara, the ring announcer, she's on like a broken platform now, bloodied up, like, damn, she got hit. That's crazy. She's sitting there, she's like, oh, holy shit, the winner is. And then you just see this cool panel of Morgan standing tall. Lost her arm in the process, though. So that attack from Nezha, I mean, I'd say that probably surpassed whatever fucking Echidna did, because she didn't lose an arm in that fight unless she regrew it. But we don't see that. And takes her down to the bone. She looks at her arm. She's like, fuck. I go just a bit serious, and it ends up like this. And then she passes out. She passes out and like lands in the rubble. So that's pretty cool. Like, it's truly an extreme death fight. Now, her statement there, like, I go just a bit serious, I don't know if that really means she could go further. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't put it past her, because obviously she's going to fight Injure the next round. Like, you logically think that they're going to keep upping the ante as far as the level each fighter gets to. But I don't know. It's hard to believe that after seeing this. Cut to Nezha's body now. We see the aftermath. Like, he's just like a husk. There's only like the top part of his torso remaining. Like, half his face is gone. And Wukong like jumped down to where he's at. And Nezha says, "Dear me, I never wanted to show you such an unsightly appearance, Wukong." Wukong just kind of looks at him like, unsightly? Gotcha. Later, then he starts walking away from this dude. And Nezha's like, wait, just wait. I'm sorry, I just wanted to look good. I gave it my everything. So he looks up to Wukong, clearly. That was his fated rival. He continues on saying, "It's been a long time since I've felt so refreshed. And on top of that, despite losing, I feel no shame, no regret, nothing. In fact, I feel proud of my fight." His face is cracking, very similar to the actual Ragnarok participants from the main series. Wukong scoffs a little bit and says, "Just say that from the beginning then, man." As he's fading away now, fading away just like the Ragnarok participants, he says, "Win, Wukong. I won't accept you losing to anyone but me. Got it?" And he fully crystallizes at that point. Yara sees this. She says, "It's over. Round 1, match 4, winner, the strongest goddess, the Morgan. Match duration, 12 minutes, 58 seconds. Final blow, a real punch. Winner, the Morgan." Now, this could get nasty for Agenda if you really wanted to push something crazy. Like, oh, it took Wukong 17 days. He couldn't even beat Nezha. Morgan just killed this guy in 12 minutes, 58 seconds. Now, obviously, that's kind of disingenuous, because Wukong supposedly got stronger, but Nezha also got stronger, confirmed. Like, Wukong hadn't even seen the Ashura form, and we know that the last punch was the strongest. And then you also had the fact that, like, Wukong's brothers did still think Nezha had a shot against Wukong to begin with. So it looks a little dicey for Wukong any way you slice it, man. It looks a little dicey, but we'll see what he can do. It's going to be really interesting to see him take on Ku now, who has definitively beaten Morgan before. That's going to be a great fight. I can't wait for that fight. We cut back to Morgan. She may not have actually passed out, obviously collapsed, but she's conscious here. And she says that was a good brawl, been a minute. And now Wukong's brothers drop down there like, "Big bro, that Nezha bastard, did he get sent to Niffle?" And Wukong says, "Nah, this is his core." He picks up this diamond style thing and says, "Take it to old man Tianzun. He can revive him from this." "That's a synthetic god for you," says Wukong's brother. So he did die and he has to be revived. It's just that because his core is still there, he can be revived as a synthetic god. Ku says, "Damn, this is a real mess." And he's just kind of like marching through the rubble. And he says, "Ever heard of holding back? I made the right call not bringing Geist with me." He's talking about his dog to watch the fight. Now it's like, we really want to see how he beat Morgan. Obviously, he probably used, Gay Bolg, and that's what finished her. But as he's walking through the rubble, he hears somebody screaming out in help. And they're saying, hey, I beseech you. I'm trapped beneath the rubble and unable to move, even in the slightest." And Kush, like, what the hell is this? He goes, like, picks up rubble. And the guy says, "Dear me, thank you kindly for your assistance." And Ku says, "Look, I'm just a demigod, but I gotta say, you can't even deal with some damn rubble? Besides, aren't you a full god?" And the guy replies, still off screen at this point, I am quite ashamed. Well, even if you call me a god, quote unquote, I'm still quite the novice." And we get to reveal that this is Muramasa, and he's a Tsukumogami, which I talked about, which is like a Japanese yokai spirit that like inhabits some kind of item, household item after 100 years. We don't know what kind of item he's possessing, but this could get weird. Maybe a sword. That's the most likely outcome in my mind. But how strong is this guy going to be? Can't get out from the rubble. Clearly, he's going to have something more. The final editorial note says his power is still unknown, a god who just became a god. And it looks like the translation notes say that he is a sword. I think that's what's going to happen there. Cool, decent fight. Now we move on to Ahura Mazda versus Muramasa. Drop your predictions for that fight in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.